the Adopting Bitcoin Show number 6. Welcome.
News updates. Great to see you guys back. We're here at the Bitcoin Berlin Center studio as usual.
Yeah, we've got Charlie Tastic
and Jamstar.
Oh,
yeah,
love the names.
Yeah, no, it's huge, and people I think dismiss Noster. I just know.
Yeah. You realise what I was doing.
I realise.
Yeah.
What I was doing. I appreciate James comes up with the names every second week, so I didn't know until we're faced with the screen.
Yeah, surprise.
But yes, Noster it kind of goes under noticed, I believe.
It's because it's a protocol level.
Nice.
But
yeah, there's no one trying to shill it, right? Because there's no.
Yeah.
Fiat Jaff is making his millions by people using Noster.
Millions of zaps. Yeah. Oh, so anyway, I hope there will be some good Noster content at the conference this year. Maybe Orby will turn up.
For sure. Svetsky is...
Yes, Satlantis.
Yeah, but he's considering to have a actual Noster booth.
Oh, yes, awesome.
Yeah, so just specifically designed to show off the different clients from Noster.
Perfect.
Yeah, and there'll be workshops on Noster as well, describing the nuts and bolts of how it works.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Why is adopting Noster important? Because it's about your freedom.
Right. What's the value proposition of Noster? People talk about Noster, but okay, so let's think about all of these countries. You know, Venezuela at the moment, Maduro.
Yeah. Yep.
Some people say that he shouldn't be president because he didn't get the votes, which I truly believe. I've been listening to him a lot, and he's just banned WhatsApp.
Is he?
Yeah, because
that's kind of good. Because he's doing them a favour.
It's a great way to get people out of the country.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's banned WhatsApp. He's banning X as well. He's challenging Elon Musk to like knuckle fights.
Yeah.
But like in this scenario, if you're like I've been watching some of the content, but if you're on Twitter or any social media, even if you're in the UK, if you post something that is in any way not in line with the government, the police can show up to your door and put you in jail.
Well, they'd still do that if they saw it on the Noster protocol.
But it's impossible being anonymous, right?
Well, if you're, kind of in a way, right? If they knew who you were posting on the Noster protocol, they could still come and try and put you in a box.
Yeah.
So just remember that even though it's free speech, you may say things that you want to delete, and it might be very hard to delete them. So you still need to be responsible for what you put online. We're not saying be irresponsible.
James is a good father figure here, telling us to be responsible with their content.
There's potentially consequences, and these are things that we do need to take into consideration.
Wow.
Being responsible for our Bitcoin keys, our Noster keys, and the content we put out there.
James with the words of wisdom. I really appreciate that.
Well, let's move to a speaker one based with that.
Let's do it.
Nikki's on the desk today, and she is going to roll us over. Thank you, George.
Welcome, Manolov. Met George.
Did you?
Yeah, in San Salvador for the Me Premier Bitcoin meetup, and it was
awesome.
Super genuine guy, absolute gentleman. George Manolov is in charge of the 360-degree Bitcoin integration into the famous Bulgarian football team. It's a professional football team,
right? And
they accept Bitcoin for the tickets that they sell. They promote Bitcoin on their T-shirts. But what's really, really interesting is that they are listing the football team as a company on the Bitfinex exchange, to allow for people to invest.
Wow.
Right.
Will it be on the Liquid network?
It will.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's
So
impressive.
No, it is, and I think people are underestimating the power of capital markets on a 24/7 stock basis under the regulatory supervision of El Salvador.
I think it's a great experiment. Why not start with something like a football team, or just for anyone who's curious, it is soccer, which is huge in Latin America, football. Just clarifying that for the people in the States.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just being a dick. But no, it's really exciting to see that the Liquid network will be used for something like this. I think sports are a good, healthy thing. most of the time.
Well, it's a good way to kind of channel your warlike energy, which all men have through sport and competition. Like
Yeah.
if you don't,
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
I feel like that's the benefits of the Olympics or the World Cup is
Yeah.
that like all these countries get to fight it off on a rules based. It's
Yeah.
kind of like Bitcoin in a way. You've got a set amount of rules. You have to play by those rules.
Yeah.
And whoever wins, whoever finds the block,
Yeah. Well,
ends up winning.
we could put the no. I'm not going to go there. But no, I'm really excited to hear what he's got to say because I know El Salvador was actually talking about putting their securities on the Liquid network as well, which would be a really good way because there's a really good bridge. The Liquid network is actually a really good bridge between the Bitcoin on chain and even Bitcoin Lightning now.
Yeah.
And then going to the securities world in a much less regulated manner. So it's a really interesting technology and experiment that I would love to see something like this. Football team is low, what would you call it? Low risk in terms of investment. Like you'd put like $100 in there, see what happens.
Right,
Don't go
because
put
there's so
life
much.
savings
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Another piece of solid advice by James. So the football teams, they get a lot of press. It's I mean football worldwide. If we think about the Roman times and the end of the Roman Empire, you had the gladiators and you had the chariots become really popular towards the end of the debasement of the currency. Similar now, I feel like football is going huge. All massive spectacles are growing. So I think a football team is something that's going to be it's going to be quite successful.
Awesome. I look forward to it. It's going to be cool. Nikki, can we please go back? Yeah, there we go. She's got this on lock. Awesome.
So we're testing out the cameras every single week.
Yeah. We're deciding. You can tell us what you do and don't like. We'd really appreciate any constructive feedback, even about how we present the show and
present ourselves.
Yeah, present ourselves. We do flash shirts, as you can see, each week. Yeah, I really like Charlie's shirt today. It's nice. But buy your tickets with the coupon that's sitting below me right now because you'll get a 10% discount and you'll support Berlin.
Yeah, you'll be able to meet people like George, who's coming over all the way from Bulgaria, and pick his brains on what it's like to be able to list your stock on Bitfinex. You know, how can you actually get your equity and raise capital worldwide 24/7, and for people to be able to sell those tokens 24/7. It means a much more liquid market. It just attracts a huge more amount of capital.
Yeah.
And as we transition into, as traditional assets start moving into Bitcoin, you know, into that now currently 1 trillion, you're going to see a lot of more capital being able to go into these different equities.
Yeah.
So it's just super exciting.
It is very exciting. So yeah, book your tickets for adopting because that's what we're here to tell you to do. And we're here to also try and encourage you to come by telling you who the awesome speakers are. And let's pull in speaker number 2. You all probably know Stacy.
Stacy, Herbert.
Yeah, Max and Stacy. These are the couple that are here doing a lot of the big heavy lifting for the country. And Max and Stacy, they're involved on a government level with adoption and doing some really impressive things. So they've always got energy on the stage, and they've always got something
insightful.
Yeah, not just insightful, but and I don't want to say controversial.
Pushing on the edge, word. But it's definitely pushing on the edge. It's like on the edge of like, do people dare say this? And then it's said.
Yes, but what's the word for it? The unpopular opinion. Right. Yeah. But I like it because they're keeping El Salvador on the straight and narrow with Bitcoin adoption. They're like, you guys know how it goes. Bitcoin
Stacy,
only.
Yeah, exactly. And only while living here do you really get to understand the severity of that, of keeping other coins out of the way, because they're an awful distraction. Yeah, they really are. And you know, I'm not saying that there isn't value with playing around with different protocols. Of course, absolutely. Yeah. But because money is involved and because these tokens have a monetary value and people issue these tokens, it changes the whole game, right? It
does. It certainly does. And even here in Berlin, one of the things that we've definitely noticed is keeping people on point with its currency, and businesses are going to buy and sell goods and services. And people are going to do that. That's all we're doing. We're not talking about trading. We're not talking about altcoins. We're basically talking about preserving your value
in a really hard money.
Yeah. And that sort of focus for the country, Max and Stacy have kept it on point. They've kept everything out. I'm not exactly sure what she's going to talk about, but I think Charlie raised a good point earlier. She's going to talk about the Renaissance.
The Renaissance 2.0 in El Salvador. I mean, Stacy has done so much for this country, including setting up the Bitcoin office, running the Bitcoin office, being able to start a one-of-a-kind developer program for young Salvadoreños, Cubo Plus, which we personally know several of the graduates, and I can say from the bottom of my heart that these guys are talented individuals, and thanks to the training that they've gone through, plus highly very with high integrity.
Yes.
All right, these guys, and Stacy has led this. Stacy is making a big impact. They've attracted a lot of people to the country as well.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. They're waving the big orange flag out there. They put out a lot of content. They've got podcasts and chat groups and everything like that, as well as finding time to be on government boards, which we know can suck up a lot of time, and put together really focused programs to make sure that the right message is delivered.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, they've got a good vision, high intelligence, and good presence on camera as well. Like, that's really important, just like yourself, James.
And I think that's the point, is if you're coming to adopting, Max and Stacy are always entertaining on stage.
Exactly. You won't be
let down. Previous years have been entertaining, and I'm sure Max and Stacy will have uncommon opinions to share with you in an entertaining way. So
if you want a chance to have a chat with Stacy, discuss Renaissance 2.0, building a new future on a sound basis, get your tickets as soon as possible, book your flights, get over here. It's not only adopting Bitcoin, but it's all the different side events that are surrounding it. You've got some high quality individuals here, and it's just this opportunity. Don't lose out. Don't justify with excuses as to why you're not coming. Get over here.
I feel like I need to be here. And if you don't, well, I don't know, maybe you're not committed to the cause of Bitcoin enough. And if you're not committed to the cause, trust me, come over here for a little while and it'll start to you start to understand. Well, you start to get a bit of appreciation for what's going on here and why it's important. And we actually talked to Lawrence Lepar yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, which was really good. And that was something that came up, was he was like, well, what can be done
from Ireland?
Yeah. And it was like, it's actually more about people's attitude. And if you really want to have an effect on the Bitcoin ecosystem and get things done, it's going to take a mindset shift away from store of value and actually moving into using it as a currency. You're meant to be creative people who are critical thinkers and think outside the box and don't listen to authority all the time. So just because they say to jump off the cliff, you can make the decision not to jump off the cliff. And that is where, even though they say we're going to tax you, find a creative way to get Bitcoin on a self-custodial wallet. And you guys are smart people.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to, this new sound monetary basis isn't going to build itself. We need creative ways, we need imagination, and we need to work at it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So the more people, the more brains together, the more RAM.
Yeah,
the more RAM here in El Salvador. Jeff Booth talks about that as well. The collection of minds together working on a single cause. So get over here, check it out.
Yeah, buy your tickets. They're still at a fair price. It's relative to other conferences. Adopting Bitcoin is high value, high signal for a really good price.
Guys, it's an absolute pleasure to be present here for the news updates. We'll be back. We'll be back next soon. Week with some more updates. It's looking very good. A lot of fun activities and good experience.
Awesome. See you soon. Have a great week.